Welcome everyone to Doga Yoga. My name is Melody and today we're doing a beautiful and luxurious slow flow. So we're going to take it super slow, super gentle, really just luxuriate in the movements today. So we're going to come down into child's pose to start our class today. Knees wide, hips towards heels, forehead to the earth, and just open up your heart. I know that sounds corny, but just allow the chest to physically open. We often round our shoulders, clench, and actually compress or hold this area in. So let it release. Melt the shoulder blades down the back. Feel the weight go into the tops of the toes, the forehead, the fingertips, and just let it sink. Let any tension just melt into the earth below. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Start to ground yourself into the present moment and into the rise and fall of your breath. When we're ready, we're gently going to rise on up into a tabletop position, walk our knees in. Woo! We're going to come into our cat-cow, so drop our belly, open up our chest, super gentle, super slow. And exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine, round out to cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Move super gently here, really just savoring the sensation, waking up the body with the rise and fall of your breath. You might wriggle a little bit side to side. You might actually want to shake the hips. You might take them in circles. Just move in a way that feels intuitive and good for you, really working out any tension. When we're ready, we're all going to tuck our toes underneath behind us. We're pushing into the tops of the toes and the hands. And we're going to slowly send our hips up and away. Inhale, find length in the spine. And exhale, soften. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, find length. And release. We're going to bend our knees generously, look towards our hands, take lots of little steps up into our forward fold. Finding length on our inhale and exhale, folding forward. Now I want us to really take our time here. Our hands might be on our shins, we might wrap our fingers around our big toes, or we might even have our blocks here to take some of the weight. Bring the ground closer to us as we let our head gently make its way towards the earth. Breathing here, finding length and strength in the spine. And exhale, softening and releasing. Inhale. And exhale. Push down through all four corners of your feet still. Activate the legs. And you'll feel the upper carriage just release. When we support it with the legs, we allow ourselves to actually let go. Let the tension just melt out of the spine, out of the shoulders today. Might gently start to shake the head, yes and no. Might take little circles, just releasing any last tension in the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. When we're ready, we're going to take our hands up to our hips. Inhale, rising up, halfway lift. So we're going to straighten the spine here, pull the shoulder blades back, pull the elbows towards one another. And then rising up all the way to standing. big arm circle all together, up overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Place our thumb on our sternum and just breathe here. Inhale, find length. And exhale, soften. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to be active here. We're going to push down through all four corners of the feet. Activate the kneecaps. Tuck the tailbone under. We're not just hanging out, sticking out a hip to one side or the other. We're creating symmetry in the body and length. And standing straight is harder than it seems, especially if we don't activate our core often when we do so. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, soften, but hollow out that lower belly. Activate the Mula Bandha. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, grow tall. And soften. We'll take one big inhale all together, really nice and slow and beautiful. Up overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take one big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, we're going to fold forward. So hands go wide, hinge at the hips, fold forward, coming back into our Uttanasana. Now our hands can be on our blocks, our shins. We might grab our big toes. Really just take your time, sink into your forward fold. You might even wrap your arms around your elbows, really just letting all the tension go. Finding length in the spine and softening. Length and soften. You might start to be able to straighten the legs now. The hamstrings might be able to take that a little bit more. They might be a bit warmer. So when you might be able to bend one knee and then the other. Moving back and forward, creating a little bit more heat, a little bit more movement in the body. And wherever we are, we're going to come to stillness. We're going to reach our left hand towards our right foot, straighten our right leg, bend our left knee, and our right hand is either going towards our hip, peeling our shoulder back, peeling our gaze towards the side of the room, or we can rise that hand high. Inhale, find length in the spine. And exhale, revolve. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more. And then lower down that hand. Now we can place our hands on our shins. Place them on our blocks. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to reach our right hand towards our left shin. We're going to straighten our left leg, bend our right knee. We'll automatically feel that stretch on the left side. So this might be enough for you. Or you might place your hand to that hip, peel that shoulder open. And you might be able to reach that left hand high. Gaze goes towards the left side of the room. Inhale, find length and soften. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And release. Find length on our inhale. Come on up, halfway lift, wherever we are, tops of the knees, fingertips or blocks. And exhale, fold. We're going to bend our knees generously here. If our blocks are in front of us, just move them away. Plant our hands, step back into half or full plank. Send the crown of the head forward. Really push into all 5 fingertips and lower down chaturanga. We're going to untuck the toes, press into the tops of the toes, the hips, the hands, and rise on up, cobra. And exhale, lower. Then we're going to do that 3 more times. Really savor the sensation. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, we're going to make our way back into our child's pose, hips to heels, forehead towards the earth. Oh, so good. And just release here. Really just let the lower back go. You might shake side to side. You might be still. And just find your connection to that rise and fall of your breath. When we're ready, we're gently going to push into our hands, the tops of our toes, send the hips up and away into our downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, find length and soften. Now we're going to lower down onto the knees here, nice and gentle. Walk our hands in, so back into our tabletop position. So take our time. Our toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels good for you guys. And we're going to turn our wrists behind us, our fingers behind us to stretch our wrists. So our fingertips might just turn out slightly and we might start to get into the wrists, or you might be able to turn your fingers all the way around to face your knees. If you can't get there, that's completely fine. And if you need to walk the hands closer towards the knees and put more load into the legs than the hands to ease off a little bit, do that too. So inhale, find length and soften. I'm going to walk forward a little bit because I like a deeper stretch. Inhale and exhale. So we're still sending the shoulder blades back and away. We're not hunching here. We're really creating that beautiful straight spine, but just creating beautiful shoulder and wrist mobility. Inhale and exhale. Push into all 5 fingers. So we're not dumping a weight into the wrists. We're just stretching there without causing too much tension, too much load. When we're ready, we're going to turn our hands back towards the front. Take our time. Oh, so nice. And we're going to come over onto the tops of our hands, so the backs of our hands. So you might just be able to take them on over. You might want to sit on your heels here and just play doing this if your wrists are really sensitive, and just rocking side to side really gently. I have a bit of a veteran here and I really like this. It definitely helps me, especially after I've been working on a laptop all day. So spread the fingers, push the nails, your fingernails into the earth and the shoulder blades down the back, and release. You might rock side to side here gently. You might take little circles. You might be like, Melody, you are crazy. That was way too intense. Just go to where feels good. And trust me, if you do this often enough, you actually learn to like it, which I know sounds crazy, but I love the feeling and I never thought I would. So don't worry, it's not horrible forever, I promise. And if you want to come on a little bit further, if you want to even take it to the next level, you can actually clench your hands into fists and release. It's a bit of a challenge, see how you go. Clench your hands into fists and release. Clench and release. One more, clench. Notice the differences side to side here. Is it really easy on one and really hard on the other? And release. Turn our palms back. Oh, so good. And we're going to sit back on our heels now. So you might have a block handy to sit on, or you might just come to sit fully on your heels. Find what feels good and just give your wrists a bit of a shake. Wriggle them around. Probably feels really nice or really strange after what you've just done. And when we're ready, we're going to interlace our fingers and just take little wrist rolls here to just get some mobility back in the joint. So just clasp the fingers together, roll them around in circles. Just notice going one way and then the other. What comes up for you here? So lovely, so nourishing. And when we're ready, we're going to release the hands. Come on back into our tabletop position. Take a little cat-cow once more. Drop the belly. Open up the chest and exhale to cow. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral. I'm going to move my block out of the way. I'm going to cross my ankles over, roll on over onto my back, and just settle on down here. Nice and simple. Back connects to the earth, feet are close to our hips, and we're just finding that sensation of the lower back connecting to the earth. So you might tuck your tailbone under, bring the knees together, the feet out wide for this sensation, and just breathe. Take a couple of moments just to really notice what's going on in your spine. Can you send your shoulder blades down the back, or is that really difficult for you? Can you tilt your chin slightly to feel that length in the back of the neck? And just notice the curve of your lower back. Place your hand underneath that space and just see how it feels there. Can you get it towards the earth when you push down? Can you push onto your hand? Or is that really difficult for you? Just observe. When we're ready, we're going to pick up our right foot and send it to the sky. I just want you to flex and point the toes here, just really and gently waking up the lower half of our body, waking up our toes, our ankles, just like we did in our wrists. You might roll them one way and then the other, one way and then the other. And when we're ready, we're going to send these toes underneath our left ankle and grabbing them with our left hand. So see if you can get it there. You might grab the big toe, you might not. I'm going to send this knee down, just a really gentle stretch here in our hip flexor and our quadricep. So just send your gaze up so your knee and hip are in alignment, and then relax the shoulders, the neck down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more big, beautiful inhale. And exhale, release. So let go of those toes. Send that foot high. Point and flex the toes once more and bring that knee in towards your chest. I'm just going to move the mic here a little bit so you can continue to hear me and it doesn't come out. Bring that knee in towards your chest, so nice. We're going to send the foot up and see if we can grab the outside edge of the foot. Just opening up that hip towards the side, just getting it into the lower half of the body here. So you might start to straighten that leg. You might be able to grab that big toe and straighten it out. You might be like, not happening, Melody. Just go to where feels good, guys. I'm just showing you different options. You might just play here, or you might just focus on opening up the hip. When you're ready, release that toe or that foot, and we're just going to place that foot over our left knee, opening up our hip here in a different way. So we're just getting into this hip joint. Now you might just stay here, or you might bring the left knee in towards our chest, coming into our half pigeon variation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale once more. And release. Lower our right foot down. So nice. Just take the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide. The hands can be beside the body or on the belly and chest. Just find what feels good here. Breathing and releasing. Breathing and releasing. Finding that flow with the rise and fall of your breath. When you're ready, gently bring the knees back together. Soles of the feet are on the ground and send that left foot up high. Point and flex the toes. Wake up the ankle. Here you might take little circles one way and then the other. Continue to point and flex. Just find what feels good. Notice the niggles. Notice the differences side to side. And when we're ready, we're going to send these toes underneath our right ankle, reaching towards our right hand. Send that knee down, send our gaze up, just keep that knee and hip in alignment, and then relax our shoulders and head back down. And breathe. Beautiful quadricep and hip opener here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Notice the difference here. My hip flexor on this side is way tighter than the other, and that's something for me to observe and work on in symmetry and health in my body. So just observe the differences. There's no right or wrong. There's no something, we shouldn't be feeling exactly the same or perfect on either side, but it's just good to actually check in with what's going on in our bodies. Especially in this busy world, we often actively push down or neglect what our body is trying to tell us. We might be fatigued and tired, which could be anything from not enough sleep, lack of iron, or something more serious. But we just push it aside and move on. We might have niggles and pain in our lower back, our hips, our shoulders, but we push it aside and move on. This is a time to not push those signals aside. It's a time to be aware of them, slow down, observe them, and by doing that, allow yourself to change your patterns. Whether it be 5 minutes a day, doesn't matter. Just try and do little things that nourish your body, fill up your cup and create healing instead of depleting or continued harm to your body. So find that awareness, the rise and fall of your breath. When we're ready, we're going to release our toes, rise that foot up once more. Oh, so nice. Point and flex the toes. Bring that knee in, give it a hug. We're going to rise that foot up, grab the outside edge of that foot and come into like a half happy baby on the other side. So you might open up the hip here. You might straighten that leg, grab the big toe. You might be like, not happening. Just play, find what feels good. And when we're ready, we're going to get that foot onto the other knee, opening up our hips here. So you might just stay here and gently massage your thigh here. Massage your thigh here with your hands. So nice. Or you might lie on down, bring that right knee in towards your chest, wrap the hands around the back of the thigh and breathe. Now it's important to know that the shoulders stay on the ground, the tailbone stays on the ground here, so the spine is still long and parallel to the earth. We're not kind of coming up into a crunch. What we're doing is simply moving the hips, deepening the stretch within our hips and glutes here. So find that release. Notice any tension in the rise and fall of your breath. And on your exhale, soften. Observe what's going on. When we're ready, release that right leg down. Place that left foot down. So nice. Bring the soles together, the feet out wide. One hand can be on the belly and chest, or the hands can be beside the body. And just release. Find your connection to the rise and fall of your breath. Find your connection to the here and now. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale once more. And release. Now you can stay in this posture. If you'd like to send your legs long into a deep, relaxing savasana, you can do so. Or just find a place of silence here. Find a place of ease in the here and now for a few cycles of breath. When you're ready, send the legs long. Send the hands up overhead. Wriggle the fingers, wriggle the toes, roll the wrists and ankles. Make your way up into seated in your own time, in your own way. Nice and slowly, no rushing here. We'll place one hand on one knee, one hand on the other, and just breathe. When we're ready, we'll take one big arm circle all together, up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale back to heart center. Sending you lots of love and gratitude. Beautiful yogis. Namaste.